Welcome to the Nine Podcast. In this episode, we're gonna talk a little bit about sounds, about music, about frequencies, and how important they are to your well-being, to our well-being. And how important they become in the last decades. Because you probably knew back in the days the music were a little bit different. Different how? Probably back in the days there was only classic music. There was a Beethoven, a Mozart. There was symphonies. And there were whole orchestras. The music were something that not everybody was in close touch with, right? To hear good music or any music at all, you had to have money. You had to be a person with status. So you can went in the theater, buy a ticket and listen to orchestra, right? That was one of the first designs of viral music, or music that was shareable and well known, right? If you think about it, what are the first sounds that are created? Probably drum sounds, some kind of bass sounds, something like that, right? Sounds with demand to whispering, whistling, or how it is. Is that right? Back in the days when people were living on tribes, they were dancing, right? All around the fire every night, and they were making their own music. How this music is different than the music now, and what the music back then, this kind of music, what this music was giving to people. The music back then was giving them a moment to share, to enjoy, to connect. Why? Because music is voluming up, increasing your own emotions. Why? Because bass frequencies, like the tribes that are knocking on some things, right? What they're doing? They're screaming, they're yelling, they're singing sounds doing bass songs, adding a lot of different sounds. And what that means, those kind of music probably was higher frequency, and with higher frequency I can tell you some statistics. The frequency range of typical song in terms of audio frequency covers the audible spectrum for humans, which is approximately from 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. But you were doing those tests, right? How much frequency you can hear. And did you ever done 20,000? Did you ever done 15,000? Did you ever done 20 Hz from the beginning? Or even lower than that? And I can tell you bass frequencies are between 20 Hz and 250 Hz. This will be the low end elements of the song, like the bass guitar and kick drum. Mid-range frequency from 250 to 4000 Hz. The majority of musical content, including vocals, guitars, and many other instruments, falls within this range. High frequency is everything above 4000 to 20,000. This is where you find the treble elements like cymbals, hi-hats, certain harmonics of instruments. So I'm gonna give you some more statistic. I told you the frequencies. So back then they didn't have some instruments, right? They had probably self-made drums, some kind of wooden instrument or what, and they were doing sounds with their mouths, and they were singing sounds that they heard in the nature, right? Because they didn't knew anything else. Still, that was done only in the end of the day, because they wanted to connect with each other and they didn't want it to relax. Yes, that's right. They didn't want it to sleep. They wanted to continue being awake. That's why they're singing. They're creating these frequencies that will make their heart rate go faster, that will make them dance, sing, will wake them, will make their blood flow, and will make them feel something. So back in the days, how many frequencies they can generate with the simple drums? Even not a real drums, probably some kind of wooden parts of what, don't know, and some wool and skin, you know how to do it. how much frequency they could generate it. Bass frequencies are from 20 to 50 in the high end. Right? So let's say with the self-made, not a real one, they were creating what, 150, 200, let's say 200. And then, so they were keeping themselves awake for the whole night. They were keeping their blood running and floating all the time. And they were making them feeling that emotions. And they were becoming foggy probably because of the sounds and the flow. With just 200 hertz, if you think about it. They could be something with higher, but cannot be higher than today. This is just 200 hertz, and this is tribes, and even they do not do that every night, because they know in the morning they have to go and hunt. Probably they were doing those things only in the summer, only when they have to connect with one another or to build relationships, and when they were not in danger. Because if they were in danger, if there were enemies around, believe me, they won't make sounds. So it is, let's say, 3 months for the whole year if they're lucky. What happened then? Why the music became that classic? And why classic? From strictly my point of view, because there are some frequencies, you know them, like alpha, beta, gamma, theta, delta, high beta, and don't know if that's all of them, but they are some. And every single one of those frequencies, they're developing the whole structure of the sound. And I can tell you the exact frequencies of those frequencies. Let's start with alpha. Alpha is between 8 and 14 hertz. You will probably even not hear it. Beta is from 14 to 20 hertz. You can hear it, but you have to develop it somehow to achieve the beta frequency. There is high beta, from 20 to 30 hertz high beta, high. What that means? That means it's too much. 20, 30 hertz. Theta, from 4 to 8 hertz. Let me just see something. Theta from 4 to 8 hertz. Delta 0.5 to 4 hertz. Gamma from 30 to 100 hertz. They are know about that. And I can tell you, the normal male voice typically range from 85 to 180 Hz. Female voice from 165 to 255 Hz. So, you know how annoying it is even to listen to some female voices with higher pitch. Probably they're close to 250, that's why. Imagine this girl screaming at you. It's becoming what? 300? 400? Let's see. So, scream is above 250 and all meanings. What that means? How do you feel if somebody's screaming at you? Doesn't matter what he's saying. You're getting angry, you're getting upset, you're getting anxious. Okay. What if he's screaming at you without a purpose, without a reason? He just hates you. How do you feel then? What if he wants to harm you and screams at you? You're scared, right? You feel miserable. And this becomes only because he's screaming. If he's talking calmly, even if he wants to harm you, yes, you're gonna be scared, but it will never gonna be the same, because the frequencies are different. What that means? We just learned that above 250, above even 180, because the highest male voice is 180, and most of the times you're not gonna be scared of a female voice, and even you're gonna be more scared by a deeper voice, just with higher frequency. So we just learned that, let's say above 200, you feel emotions, strong emotions, no matter what kind of emotions. You can be scared for your life, you can feel anxious, you can feel yourself stuck or rejected or whatever. Bad feelings. What is happening if you learn yourself to feel same, from the same frequency, to feel good things? Your heart does not care. If you have a heart rate of 150 or even more, that is a lot. You are probably running or you are really scared. Does it matter for your heart if you are scared or you are excited? No. Your heart becoming weaker, he gonna be damaged. Doesn't matter what kind of feeling you feel. And nowadays, normal songs all of them are probably at least twice higher frequency than that. And you completely know it. So, is it like somebody screaming at you twice as strong every time you're listening to a song? Yes, it is. And your heart feels it. Your emotions feels it. Your emotion is controlling you. Your emotions are controlling every single cell that you have in your body. You have to be so tough that you probably don't even seen a person that tough, and you believing that you are, and continuing damaging yourself. Congratulations, you damaged yourself a lot. Every single one of us damaged himself. Yes, me either. And it is normal these days, right? It is normal to listen music all the time, all day. You're going to gym, you're listening music, somebody screaming at you. You're not good enough. Because that's what your heart and your emotions are actually hearing. Doesn't matter what music is about. Absolutely does not matter. If you're hearing some different music, yes, they're gonna hear different things. But nowadays, most of the music's 99% of it is designed to harm you and to control you. You know why? Because you are allowing it. Simply, it's your choice. When you are hearing music, when you're listening to music, when you are vulnerable, when you just wanna relax because you're tired, perfect moment, you are at your lowest. And the person that designed the way of the sounds is whispering to you in your ears and telling you how to feel and what to do. Designing you, redesigning you, because you were already designed. And also, can you imagine somebody all the time to whisper in your ears? Can you imagine a person that you know to talk inside your ears all the time? You're gonna get crazy, right? What is the difference between you listening music 5 hours today, every day, and a person with two consciousness, let's say? Person that has two people inside himself. A sick person, right? What is the difference? Even the person that is sick have only one more voice. You have 1,000 this week how this person is sicker than you? Is he? So it was important for me to talk about that. Of course, listen to music, do whatever. I love music as well. But you have to learn, and only by knowledge you can learn. Not by information that much, by knowledge. So become knowledgeable. Become knowledgeable, become trustworthy. Believe in yourself. Not only believe, no, trust yourself. Be confident enough for everything that is in your power. By being confident, you're gonna be enough, because it will be enough. Nothing more, nothing less. Ask yourself, nobody else. Thank you for your time. See you soon.